All right, so once again, for those who have just joined us, you're joining our What Happens After SAM webinar with Apex Accelerator. We have with us today Patty Cox from the Missoula Center. We have Mariah Liebing from the Great Falls Center, and we have Jill Duval from the Kalispell Center joining us in our meeting today. If you joined us after I already asked attendees if you wouldn't mind putting your business name and your name in the chat, that will help us to keep track of attendance for our record keeping. I'm open to questions as we move along. So if you have a question as I'm going along, if something's unclear or you come up with a question, you could either type it in the chat or you're welcome to unmute and ask any questions at any time. This meeting is being recorded. So welcome to What Happens After SAM. So here's our agenda. Our webinar today will provide you a high-level overview to get you started on your government contracting journey. And what do you do next after you register in SAM? If you're not registered in SAM, please know that you can reach out to any of your Apex advisors in the state, and we'd be happy to help you with that. But topics will cover how to begin your government contracting market research, different opportunities with the state of Montana. Whoops, sorry about that. So with the state of Montana, cities and counties. We'll offer some techniques to help you make progress with government contractors, and all of this will help you develop a focused strategy for your government contracting marketing plan so you can understand where you fit in the government marketplace and learning how the government buys what you sell. We'll also touch briefly on FAR regulations. Those are the regulations that guide government procurement. And we'll cover several other topics that can help you as you move forward. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. You just need to know that you can always reach out to Apex for assistance. I want to give you a quick overview of all of your Apex advisors in the state. So in the Northwest area, we have Teresa Duval, and she covers these counties. In the Missoula area, we have Patty Cox and myself, Terry Murphy. We can help you there. We have, I keep hitting the button. Let's see. We have the Southwest Montana area, and for the moment, all of us in the state are kind of covering this area. So really, you could reach out to any of us if you are in this area and you require assistance. We have Mariah Liebing and Shannon. Why am I blanking? Shannon. Mariah and Shannon in Great Falls. In Lewistown, we have Josie Eads. And then in Billings at Big Sky EDA, we have Teresa Brownell. We're all happy to help you with anything you need, but in terms of government contracting. Here are some of the services we offer. So I have them listed here. And it's not an all-inclusive list, but it'll give you a nice picture of different ways we support Montana businesses. Our role as Apex Accelerators are to coach and educate clients on how to work with government customers. These services are all no cost to our clients, so they are free, and we want to make sure we're educating you so you can successfully compete in the government contracting at any level. So we offer free assistance on vendor registrations, identifying opportunities, reviewing bids and proposals, understanding the performance requirements of contracts. We also offer post-award support. So a lot of times clients will need help submitting invoices. We assist with market research, finding commodity codes, PSC codes, and NAICS codes that best describe your business. We offer various networking events and business development events. Small business certification assistance, such as SDVOSB, Women-Owned Small Business, 8A. We also offer a series of Govology training videos for free, very valuable. And we help you understand the FAR regulations and cybersecurity. So one thing we need to know, selling to the government is very different from selling in the commercial marketplace. The government buys almost everything, but they behave differently than your typical customer. So success in the government requires patience, ongoing learning, and having the right systems in place. The government buying cycle is often much longer than a commercial sales cycle. And you have to be proactive. You can't expect to simply register in sam.gov and expect the phone to ring. There's some footwork you have to do. Um, that would include seeking out information, understanding how agencies buy what you sell, identifying opportunities that align with your capabilities, and getting your company known by government buyers. You can use some of the same techniques that you use in commercial sales, but understanding how the government buys is going to help you get those contracts. So your Apex advisor, how can we help you with this? We can help you navigate different government systems and platforms. We can help you target the correct agencies. We can match your products and services to the real needs of the government and help assist you in building your capacity to pursue and win contracts. We use a six step gateway to success when we are counseling clients on government contracting. It's more of a linear step-by-step process, and you're not going to learn it in a day, and that's all right. It does take time to do this. Your Apex advisor can help you through this process. Um, for one of the first things we do are complete your core business and government registrations. So that would be registering in SAM, registering in EMAX. EMAX is the state of Montana procurement system. Updating your SBA profile. Looking at local government vendor portals and other systems. These things can help you. These can help your eligibility to quote and bid on government opportunities. We help you understand if the government contracting is the right path for your business right now. If there are agencies that are buying what you sell, what they're buying, and what they typically purchase. And we can also help you with focusing on government market segments and agencies that offer the best probability for your success. And we can also just help you take an honest look at how ready you are. Alrighty. So take action, work with your Apex advisor. So we can talk about some of these basic registrations to help you find agencies that allow you to be eligible for these different types of contracts. So your core registration, we start with an active System for Award Management, SAM registration. So we want to make sure that your registration is active and complete and correct. We help you register with the state of Montana EMAX system on that platform. Different agency registrations such as FEMA and USACE. We help you with FedConnect. We can help you register as a small business with a large prime, such as Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, or Raytheon. And then we can help you with other city, state, and county registrations. So one thing to know is that, sometimes you'll want to go after the bigger contracts, but sometimes the low-hanging fruit, such as registering as a subcontractor with a large prime, is sometimes a good way to get a foothold in the government agency. Especially sometimes it's also helpful if you have a specialized product or service, or if you want to build past performance experience. You can work with your Apex advisor, obviously, for all of these different things. Marketing tools. So one of the most important steps in entering the government marketplace is developing strong marketing tools for outreach. These tools will help introduce your company, open doors, and build relationships with government contractors and prime contractors. Some of the key tools for government contracting include a capability statement. And I think it's a primary marketing tool used across all government agencies. And I like to think of it as a one-pager. It's like a one-page resume that describes what your company does. It's very targeted towards specific government agencies with very concise, specific information on it. That is another place where we can offer assistance. We can help you gather the correct information and even put it together. We assist you with updating your SBA profile. So when you register in SAM, that SBA profile automatically populates with information from SAM, but there's some holes in it. So we help you update that SBA profile with a capability narrative. And it's just it's a brief narrative that describes what your company does. We assist you with that. We also add in there just some other various information. It's important to have a website, marketing tool, business cards, brochures, and then a marketing capability pitch. So that's just like a 30-second elevator pitch. We call it an elevator pitch that you can quickly give that targets a specific agency. My company provides janitorial services. Our core competencies are ensuring a clean and healthy environment. We especially excel at making sure that the area is clean all the time with 100% customer satisfaction, and telling how you're different and how we can. One important thing in your pitch is to tell how you can meet the needs of a particular government agency. Dynamic small business search. So this is another area where your Apex advisor can help you. I kind of hit on it on the last slide, but completing your SBA profile is really important after you've registered in SAM.gov. Again, it populates with the initial information from SAM, but we add things like keywords, capability narrative, and past performance to that SBA profile. And why is this important? Well, if a government contractor is searching for a business that can fulfill their need, when you look at the SBA profile at the bottom of the screen here, it kind of looks like this. So if you look at the top line, there's a business on the top line. There's nothing in the capability narrative there. So this particular company has not gone back in and completed their SBA profile. It also has active certifications, contact person, and the address. So this capability narrative is really, really important. It should be keyword heavy. And if you put your government contractor hat on, like I like to tell my clients, which one are you going to choose first? Probably the one with the capability narrative that's keyword heavy and most best describes your business. I'm not likely going to waste a lot of time clicking on this one. So again, it's really important that you meet with your Apex advisor and get that SBA profile updated once you've registered in SAM. Okay, where am I at there? There we go. Next topic, small business set-asides and certifications. So our federal law requires agencies to set aside contracting opportunities for small businesses. Under the FAR regulation, an acquisition that's valued at over $10,000 but not over $250,000 must be automatically reserved for small businesses, unless the contractor cannot reasonably expect offers from at least 2 responsible small businesses. In addition to small business set-asides, some procurements can be set aside for SBA certified socioeconomic categories, including service disabled old veteran, women-owned small business, HUBZone, and small disadvantaged businesses. To qualify for these other certifications, the business owner must have 51% ownership of the business. They need to have full control of the daily operations. And really, I would suggest meeting with your Apex advisor if you plan to pursue any of these certifications. There are your Apex advisor can explain eligibility, application steps, and different requirements to apply for those particular certifications. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted. Okay. Bid match service. This is one of my favorite tools that we can offer our clients. It's a great time saver. It's not for everyone, but it's a service that we offer at no cost to any active client. So Bid Match essentially monitors city, state, county, local, and federal website, and it pulls posted contracting opportunities into a customized email digest, I guess you'd say. To set it up, you do have to work with your Apex advisor, and we help you identify keywords related to your products or services. We build a targeted search criteria, and then we meet continually for your feedback on the results and making sure that they're aligning with your business offerings. BidMatch can save you significant time by filtering opportunities that match your business profile. And one thing I can't emphasize enough as I've worked with clients is this bid match is great, but we do have to work together on it because it's not a one and done type of deal. We have to work together so that we're continually revising it until we get really targeted matches for your capabilities. All right, so some key considerations when you are entering the government market. You want to take an honest look at your business readiness. So you want to be able to understand your capabilities. What problems can you solve for the government? What makes you stand out from your competition? How are you different from them? Determine your market, your geographic area, the segment of the industry. You want to know your customer. So this is where some of the research plays. What is your agency's mission? What do they buy? How do they buy? What are their procurement cycles? What is their procurement process? And how do I approach government? How do I approach government buyers? So to be ready, a successful contractor, you can clearly communicate what you offer, demonstrate your capacity, reliability, your past performance, maintain organized systems, and set realistic goals for yourself. Things that the government buyers look for. They look for responsive and responsible vendors. They look for clear, targeted solutions that meet the need that they have at the time. They look for dependability and your ability to meet their requirements on time. So your Apex advisor can help assess your readiness, help you clarify your capabilities. We can help you research different agencies and what they require. And we can help you identify where does your product or service fit in this government agency. A strong understanding of both your strengths and your customer needs will position you for success. Okay, so focus, start small, team up. So it's a good idea to sometimes start small and build your experience. You don't have to begin with the large contracts. Start with the low-hanging fruit and learn and grow steadily. Look for identify opportunities that are going to match your capabilities and capacity. Begin with lower risk options such as local government projects, city or county, maybe looking at state of Montana opportunities, smaller federal purchases. Look at subcontracting and teaming. Subcontracting is sometimes a great entry point for small businesses. Consider teaming with companies that are already performing on government contracts. You can gain valuable past performance. You can build your reputation and build your network. You can contribute. Maybe you have a niche product or specialized service that you can contribute. And you can support part of a larger project rather than taking on the entire scope. Make sure you understand the problem your company solves and what it is that differentiates you from other competitors. How are you different? What makes you special? Research your target agencies. Again, you want to know their mission. You want to know how they buy. You want to know where your product fits in their process. Because the government wants responsible solutions to fit their needs. And I can't emphasize enough, have your Apex advisor help you. We offer free services, and we can help you with all of the assessments you need to get ready for this. So, smaller opportunities. Where to look for smaller opportunities? State procurement sites. So, NASPO.org has a listing of different state procurement sites. We can assist you with all of those procurement sites. We're happy to help you with that. Um, Cities and counties, the example we have here is Billings. So all of your cities and counties will have a procurement website. I'll often just Google City of Billings procurement, and that will show me where and how they're purchasing. Different state agencies. So we have MDT, Montana Department of Transportation. They have government contracting opportunities with these links. Um, And actually, let me go back to NASPO, the National Association of State Procurement. So if you wanted to look beyond Montana, such as Washington, Idaho, or even further, you would want to go here to find out what are their procurement websites and how you can register them. And we'll look a little more into the Montana state procurement, the EMAX, in a couple of slides. Oh, I don't know why I have a blank there. Okay. So let's move on to talking about government purchasing thresholds. So there are particular thresholds, and this can kind of give you an idea of where understanding where your opportunities are and where you fit in the government marketplace. So the first one is the micro purchase micro purchase threshold, and government agencies up to $15,000 they can use their government purchase card. It's not typically advertised, and there's not formal ordering procedures. And then they have two different types of simplified acquisitions, so $15,000 to $25,000. Those simplified acquisitions are not always advertised. Sometimes they're posted locally. Sometimes it's an oral request, or sometimes it's a request for a quote. A government agent might reach out to you and ask you for a quote, or they might reach out and orally and ask you about your capabilities and if you might be able to fill their need. The next level would be 25,000 to 350,000. These are advertised in SAM.gov. Sometimes they're oral or request for quote, and these are typically reserved for small business set-asides. And then we have the larger formal contracts. These are for contracts greater than $350,000. These would be invitations for bids, requests for proposals. These can be set-asides if greater than two capable 8A HubZone SDVOSB women-owned small businesses submit offers at a fair market price. So what that means is there might be a request for quote or an invitation for, I think it's invitation for quote. And what the government would look for in this case are they're going to be looking for two businesses that would put in a potential quote and see if they can actually fill the need of the government. If two or more small businesses can fill that need, then that will be set aside for a small business. So even though you're a small business, you are not kicked out of this greater than $350,000 threshold. As long as there's two small businesses eligible, it could be a set aside. Decision makers, talk to the right people. Understanding who does what in the government marketplace is very helpful. In federal contracting, different people within an agency will play very, very different roles. Your outreach should match their responsibilities, not your assumptions. Market to their concerns, not your own. So, one question to ask yourself, who in your agency is responsible for buying my product or service? Um, where did I want to go? So, End users, I guess I'm starting at the bottom. End users are the people who actually use the product or service. They know the day-to-day problem and the specific need. They often influence requirement or alert the contracting to the need. It's important to have effective communication, phone call, on-site visit if appropriate, have a relationship building at local events, and briefly describe how you can solve their problem. Program managers are the experts. They're the technical experts. They define project requirements, specifications, and performance expectations. Again, effective communication is important. You might want to offer them a capability statement, technical summary, case study, something like that. You want to focus your technical strengths on how you meet the mission needs if you're speaking with the program manager. And I would keep it like problem solving focused. Contracting officers, they are the ones that have the legal authority to obligate federal funds to meet their needs. They issue the solicitations, they evaluate the offers, and they award the contracts. They might not care about they might not be the technical experts, but they care about the compliance and the responsibility. Effective communication with a contracting officer. Email them with your capability statement. Emphasize your reliability, your responsiveness, your capacity. Ask how to best monitor for upcoming opportunities. Small business specialists at the top. Every agency and many sub-agencies have many small business specialists. Their job is to help small firms understand how the agency buys and where the opportunities exist. They can point you to buyers, forecasts, subcontractors, and upcoming procurements. So again, effective communication with a small business specialist. Send your capability statement. Ask for a short meeting. Ask them which agencies buy what they sell. On to state of Montana. So let's look at the state of Montana purchasing thresholds. Like the federal government, the state of Montana follows specific thresholds that determine how agencies buy goods and services. Understanding these different thresholds can help you understand where your product or service fits, how opportunities will be posted, and what level of competition to expect. So under $10,000 can be a direct purchase or purchase order. It's usually a streamlined process with no formal bidding required, and they're not always advertised. Second one, limited solicitations, $10,000 to $100,000 for goods and services are on limited solicitations. Agencies must obtain at least 3 written or verbal quotes. And these are posted and managed through Emacs, the state of Montana's procurement system. When you register in Emacs, you'll use commodity codes. You add in commodity codes, and those will align, and you'll receive relevant bid notifications. If the solicitation is valued over $100,000, then it's a formal competitive process, and that would include an invitation for bid or a request for proposal, IFB or RFP. These are formal solicitations conducted through Emacs, and they involve very structured procedures, clear deadlines, and detailed evaluation requirements. In either case, I would recommend, again, reach out to your Apex advisor for assistance with this. We can help you identify your alignment and help you write up a winning proposal. All right, so here's Emacs, the website I have listed up here. And again, you guys will get a copy of this with all the different links, but this is the state of Montana's official procurement platform. All state solicitations, limited solicitations, and formal bids are posted and managed through Emacs. And to do business with the state of Montana, you must be registered in Emacs. It's free. We do it online through this website, spb.mt.gov. We can walk you through that process. So reach out to your Apex advisor to walk you through the process. One of the key parts of this is selecting the correct commodity codes that align with your business. And once you finish this registration in Emacs, that's when you'll start and finish the registration process and put in aligned commodity codes. You'll receive emails with relevant notifications to bid on. Let's see. I don't know if there was something else I wanted to add there. Okay, you can also, there's other places on this website where you can forecast procurements. So we can go to Emacs. There's an area where you can look at agency forecasts. So, and then you can also look at past purchases. So you can download different spreadsheets to kind of analyze that information and understand what the agencies are predicted that they're going to purchase and what they have purchased in the past to kind of help understand different cycles. And again, Apex, that would be your key point to help you with all of those things. Agency forecasting, acquisition.gov. This is a great website to help you understand what federal agencies plan to buy in the future. It gives you access to agency procurement forecasts, different links, and many other tools to help you research federal buying patterns. So procurement forecasts, federal agencies have to publish annual procurement forecasts. They're a list of planned purchases for the coming fiscal year and typically include product or service descriptions, estimated dollar values, when they might purchase it, the quarter that they might purchase it, contracting office information. So these going to acquisition.gov can help you plan ahead and determine whether your products or services are going to align with upcoming opportunities. And also can help you determine which agencies you want to target your outreach. You can also find this is a OSDBU is the acronym OSDBU, but it's the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. So there's links in there for that for different offices, and they can guide small businesses on how their agency buys, also identifying opportunities, contact information for small business specialists. There we go. Research. So research is a key component to understanding the government marketplace. One of the places I use both of these websites almost daily in my counseling. FPDS, the Federal Procurement Data System, is a great website to explore historical award data. And it's one of the best ways to understand what the government buys and how they buy it. So it'll help you identify what products and services agencies purchase, how often they purchase them, which offices issue the contracts, which vendors are winning the work. So it might be a good place to search for a prime contractor. It can help you understand different procurement cycles. There's also usaspending.gov. So usaspending.gov, again, I use that one a lot as well, nearly every day, but usaspending.gov tracks every dollar the federal government spends. It's an excellent website for understanding overall spending patterns and past purchases. It has really great filtering options on the website, including by agency, NAICS codes, place of performance, awards types, award amounts. Okay, and so why would we do this research? These tools can help you understand, does the government even buy what I sell? Most likely, yes. Which agencies are buying it most often? So helping you understand which one to target, how much they spend each year on particular purchases, who are your competitors? And then understanding this can help you create a focused, targeted marketing plan. Oops, wrong one. Next one, finding opportunities in SAM.gov. So in SAM.gov, all federal contracting opportunities over $25,000 are posted in SAM.gov. This is a primary website used by federal agencies to announce upcoming procurements, special notices, and award information. Learning how to use SAM.gov effectively is essential for finding and tracking opportunities. Always log in to using your login.gov credentials. So you created those when you initially registered in SAM. Always log in using those. And it's one website with multiple domains and opportunities. So you can search contract opportunities in here by using the left-hand filter panel. You can search by agency, NAICS codes, product service codes, set-aside types, place of performance, keywords. And the more you kind of play around and experiment in there with the filters, the more comfortable you'll become. You can't break anything by clicking around in there. The types of notices you'll see in SAM.gov would be sources sought or requests for information. So those are important notices to respond to because those might directly affect you. Sources sought and requests for information are used by the government contractors for market research because agencies want to know if small businesses can perform the work. And so, like I talked about before, if there are two or more small businesses that can perform the task, it could be a set-aside opportunity for small businesses. Special notices might be on there, announcement about updates or upcoming requirements. Solicitations, you'll find those on SAM.gov. So those would be formal requests for bids or proposals. And they will include all the instructions and evaluation criteria. You'll see combined synopsis solicitations. So solicitations that fall under the simplified acquisition procedures. And you'll see award notices. So you can find out which vendor won a particular award and what was the contract value. Might be useful for market research and analyzing your competitors, maybe finding somebody to subcontract under. So again, I would recommend going in there, click around, kind of explore it, but also reach out to your Apex advisor. We can help you navigate SAM.gov and do some safe searches with you so that you can get some notifications on when opportunities arrive. So this one is fairly new to government marketing, but this is cybersecurity. So what do you need to know about cybersecurity? It's not optional. It's required for all government contracts. It's fundamental. And what is it? It protects your computer systems, networks, any sensitive government data from hackers, leaks, attacks. It's guided by FAR regulations, by federal acquisition regulations, applying to all government contracts, and it requires contractors to follow 15 security practices to protect covered contractor information systems. We have some helpful partners, so reach out to your Apex advisor and we can guide you on these, but we have Project Spectrum, and that can get you through the first two basic steps, and depending on what type of service or product you have, you might have to get more cybersecurity than the first two steps. Totem Tech is also a great resource for cybersecurity training. Okay, so on to some other types of government programs. So government-led innovation programs. These are federal initiatives, and they're designed to engage industry, entrepreneurs, researchers, small businesses to help solve complex government challenges. They're looking for novel, innovative ideas. They're the primary way the government encourages innovation and brings new technologies, ideas, and solutions into federal missions. So the purpose of these JIPs, as we call them, they allow agencies to tap into emerging and cutting-edge technologies. They explore new, novel approaches partner with small businesses, startups, innovators. They accelerate research and development and prototyping. And they help agencies identify potential solutions before using traditional contracting methods. Why does this matter for businesses? Well, um, if you have an innovative product or technologically driven product or service, this can be a pathway for your company to get into government contracting. For the right company, GIPS might provide a funding for early stage development, pilot opportunities or prototype agreements, help you build relationships with program managers and evaluators, offer future pathways to contracts or transition efforts. Not appropriate for every business, obviously, but they can be very, transformative for true innovators. So if you are in that realm, if you're an innovator or you have something that's some type of new technology, reach out to your Apex advisor and we can help you determine whether or not you're a good fit and find the correct path for you. Um, let's see. So government-led innovation programs. Um, they're not all the same. They vary widely in purpose, structure, and funding requirements, and different agencies use different pathways, pilots, challenge formats, or partnership vehicles to run these programs. So some are competed, some are open or rolling, some are not funded, some are focused on social impact. Some of them might offer prototype opportunities, innovation challenges, those are always kind of fun, technical assistance. Um, and why is research needing? Let me see. I just got lost on my notes there. So again, on these, Apex advisors can help you through this landscape, this GIP landscape, and help you find the programs that would be relevant to your capabilities. FAR regulations. So I hit on this before, but FAR regulations guide government procurement processes. And the FAR is a primary set of rules governing how the federal government purchases goods and services. The full FAR is available at acquisition.gov. Understanding the FAR helps your business know what to expect when you're working with the federal government. The key parts are listed. I have those listed up here, some key parts of the FAR. So there's 19 is small business programs. Part 15 is negotiation. Part 26 are the socioeconomic programs. Part 26. Novation or name change. So if your business changes its name, that's guided by the FAR. And then different solicitation provisions, clauses are FAR Part 52. Your Apex advisor can help you understand specific regulations and how they might apply to your particular contract. So we can kind of demystify those FARs for you, although they are challenging for us sometimes too. But we can help you understand the rules before you agree to them on a contract. Other contracting vehicles, we have the GSA schedule. So the GSA is the multiple award schedule, is a long-term government-wide contract that allows federal agencies to buy commercial products and services at pre-negotiated prices. It's one of the most widely used government buying vehicles in the federal marketplace. So some of the ways they do that, they do indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contracts, which provide buyers with a simplified ordering process, pre-vetted vendors, better pricing, and they can use it to quickly purchase supplies. To understand whether or not it's a good fit for you, you can reach out to your Apex advisor. There's also the reverse auctions, Unison Marketplace. So that's kind of like the eBay. It's kind of like an eBay, but it's a reverse auction platform used by federal buyers to quickly purchase goods and some services. As a seller, you can compete anonymously by lowering your price until the auction ends. Again, just similar to eBay, but kind of in reverse. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our webinar. And you will be receiving a survey. So when after this webinar, you'll receive a survey in your email. Please take a few minutes to fill that out. It really helps us understand where our impacts are. We'll be sharing the slides in a few days with you. And then remember that your Apex advisors are always here to guide you through any part in this process, no matter where you are in the journey. You can contact us. Oh, I forgot to change a few of these, but you can contact us at montanaapex.org. And now I'll go ahead and open it up for questions. What questions do you have?
Terry, there's no questions in the chat, but I encourage people to ask questions and don't be shy.
Yes, don't be shy.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Mark.
So, yeah, this is Mark with Montana Pest Solutions. The owner of the company is already registered with sam.gov, but I need to create my own account. Um, how do I go about doing that?
You know what, Mark? I'm going to write that down right now, and I will help you do that. Do you want your own login? Is that
Yeah,
what you're okay? So I'm going to write that down, Mark, and I'll assist you with that. There's an area in sam.gov, and we can talk with Nate and
okay,
see what exactly we need to do, what we need you to do in there. Sound good?
sounds good.
Okay. What other questions do we have? I know you all have questions. Is everybody registered in SAM on our meeting? Anybody not registered? Any questions on getting your small business ready in any of the fields we talked about? Emacs, any of that? Any questions about Emacs, the state of Montana? That's always a good place to start. Or capability statements, SBA profiles.